Are you doing them in the rum top?
Honestly, I'm looking at it now, and the rum top is...
It's not going to fit. I know, you do some in there because it's nice.
I know, but... Yeah, I like to do it in there, just an ode to me, ma.
Yeah.
The chefs arrive in the dead of morning. Haze burning the dew off the rose geraniums outside. On a mostly residential street sits this storied building. It was once home to a laundromat before becoming louche fine dining with Niagara Street Cafe, before being taken over by a young chef couple. Both armed with sterling pedigrees and the product of many stages across Europe, Tobey and Michael opened Edulis in the spring. Edulis is the kind of restaurant that you don't find in every city, but you should. And if the world were a fair place, you would. It is not Chez Panisse or Prune, St. John or the Zuni Cafe, but it is very much in the style of those restaurants, in that it is exactly right and perfect and exquisite, but with ease.
What's our tomato dish going to be?
I really want to do just like a nice cross-section of tomato with something.
No, I like that too. Just garnished. Yeah, I like that. Small dice of eel, garnish, and like tiny croutons texture, and like just all herbs, and just clean, tight, and then move to the plate. I love that.
I think it'd be good.
And then it's like threaded with, of course, before.
What's the thread? The cream?
Potentially, like how we do that with crab sometimes, with like the crab fat.
Let's do it.
Put that on the short list.
The farmers who supply the restaurant now weren't farmers when the restaurant opened in 2012. They were still in high school. And then they were cooks at top Toronto restaurants. Nick worked at Canoe before getting into wild mushrooms. And Keenan was at Bar Aval before teaming up with Matty Matheson to run Blue Goose Farm. At Edulis, they don't follow trends, and they don't operate like anyone else. That is because there is no staff. There are servers out front, of course, but in the kitchen, the back of house, you will only find Tobey and Michael.
What do you feel like for lunch, Tobey?
I don't know. Tomato sandwich.
A potato sandwich?
Tomato sandwich.
Tomato sandwich? We could do that.
The kitchen's too small to fit anyone else, for one. But mostly, it's due to the fact that they've set up a restaurant and a service that is perfectly tailored to them. And thus they don't need anyone else. When Michelin came to Canada, Edulis was one of the first stars handed out that night. But Tobey and Michael weren't in the audience. They were at their restaurant on Niagara Street, cooking for their guests. They only found out about the star the next day, and they were pleased by it. But it didn't change anything. They still use the same plates and the same linens. They still create their menus the way they always have. They don't tailor their creativity to what they think a Michelin inspector or a critic might want. They create their plates based on what they have at their disposal. Their talent and skill, and what the farmers bring them day to day and season to season.